Welcome to the Play Ratings. Today, Lou and I will be discussing the historic semi-final victory over Villa 3-0 at Wembley. Lou was there. I was home, stressed out. Again, remember to like, subscribe. We appreciate all of your support. And there'll be plenty of stuff coming for the upcoming final. I'll be over there. So stressing out already over the details, but that's for another day. Lou, you were there. Talk to me.
Oh man, what a day! What a day! Started off in Victoria, then went to the Green Man. Was in there, a lot of drinks flowing. And then we headed down, and it was we spoke about it earlier. That's the in my lifetime, it's the best result and performance I've ever seen in my life. I think by quite a margin as well. If we're talking tactical, courageous, technical, flair, everything. That is the most complete and best performance I've ever seen.
Yeah, my son, big Palace supporter, very knowledgeable about Palace. Said that's the best he's ever seen Palace play, and I have to agree with him. I watched it back only once. I'm going to watch it back at least 8 more times at least, but I watched it back only once so far, and it was fantastic. I want to start with actually some match details. Let me pop this back up again because this thing about Ebbs. Oh, what a goal, by the way. So obviously, the lineup. There were 3 changes. Mateta, Son, Richards returned, and the shock or surprise, I'm not going to say shock, was Daichi Kamada starting. I didn't have a problem with it. I was just surprised. So what were your thoughts about Kamada starting?
The thing is that by that when the lineups came out, I think that was probably when everyone was at their most intoxicated after 4 or 5 hours of drinking. There was a few moans and groans, but like I said, I know I've even said to D, and D's always like, "Oh, you need to give your opinion." And my opinion's always been, whatever this manager does is the correct thing to do. And when I saw Kamada in the starting lineup, I was a bit like he knows something. He knows something we don't. Right. And everyone expected Hughes or Lerma. We even discussed it. We even went round saying, "Who would you rather, Hughes or Lerma?"
We did.
And he just goes to show, man, greatest manager to ever be at this club.
Yeah. The only other thing that's interesting was the Rashford not starting. That
Everyone was like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
Because there was no rumors of an injury or anything, was there?
Right.
I was.
Yeah. So for me, like I told you, I highly rate their front 3 with the, Rashford, Rodgers, McGinn, or Asensio, Marlon, Bailey. I mean, they could throw, and they did it yesterday, except for Rashford, obviously. But I was most afraid of Rashford. So when he wasn't starting, I felt a little bit better. But I really do rate Asensio. But thankfully, he did nothing. So obviously, we got off to a really good start. Mateta scores, and good old Konsa, as he always does, goes down easy. I was really shocked Atty Taylor blew the whistle so early. So for me, if it goes to VAR, they probably don't call the foul. But what were your thoughts on that Mateta quote-unquote goal?
At first, it kind of looked like from where we, because it's quite hard to see from the other end of the ground.
Yeah.
I just assumed it like he just clipped his leg and gone in.
Which he kind of did, to be fair.
Yeah.
He kind of did.
But it's like, he's given the advantage to the defender, because I think maybe if it's the other way around, JP doesn't get the foul. But yeah, I don't think it's a foul, but I'd also be like, if that was Gahey and it would happen to us, I'd be a bit like, nah, that was a foul. So
yeah, exactly. So, and then couple of minutes later, we'll get into the details of it. But what a great play by Saar pressing to win that ball. I'll mention it later, but one underrated thing people if you don't watch it back again, is Munoz makes a great overlapping run, and it takes one of the defenders wide, so it allows Saar to cut in. Great ball across to Eze, and what a goal! I mean, you and I, we're big fans, but what a goal and what a strike! We're gonna get into more detail. What are your thoughts on that goal by Eze? Because you were there. I mean, I can't imagine the limbs. But
oh my god, when that went in, it was ridiculous. I think last season, Eze was really good, consistent, great performances every week. I think this is the season of moments because that was just ridiculous, and he done it in the quarterfinal as well.
Yeah,
So,
Fulham. Yeah.
yes, I'm going to call it a season of moments as Eze, and that hopefully has one more defining one, and he can take the South London crown of giving us
Yeah.
a crown. I think,
Later on in that half, obviously, Conte has the header. A great save, by the way, by Henderson. I'm going to get into Henderson. People want to get on me about
yeah,
Henderson. I was being honest, and I'll get into that in a bit. And then obviously, right before halftime, Mitchell has a great opportunity. Was it? It was Saar that put it in, or was it
yeah,
Mina?
Saar again.
Saar, right? Saar, who had a brilliant match. And I don't know what Ty's thinking from that close. Even as a defender, you could cipher that in with either foot, and it should have scored. I don't know. He got his feet,
He
got his
went. It's because
ankles
it was
up.
his right. The
Yeah,
bright lights, wasn't it? So it
doesn't have
was
to be
right
though.
for yeah.
Look across your body, left foot. It's easy. I don't know what he's left
Yeah.
footed coming across his body, but anyway. So
That
going
was
at
the courage to
going,
be in those positions that I liked. And
and
do
he
you know
was.
what? That we couldn't even. We knew that was an opportunity, but where I
You know, it was
was
him,
sitting, it didn't
right?
look that. It didn't look like it was. It looked like it just flashed across the box. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But
Yeah,
then
yeah.
only when I looked at it back, I realized how big of a chance it was.
Yeah. Second half, Henderson again makes 2 early good saves, and then we win the penalty. Ebbs wins a great penalty on Kamara. Teta steps up, misses, and I'm in shock at the time. I'm not mad, I'm just in shock. But what I did remember at the time was how Ebb went over to him and kind of consoled him a little bit. And right after that, there was a little bit of pressure from Villa, and our heads could have dropped. But then obviously Saar gets the goal that Mateta helped set up, and we're up 2-0. And what are your thoughts at 2-0?
Oh my god, that second goal, that if the first one was limbs, I don't even know what that second one was. It was just that the anxiety after Mateta missed was bad, and then for that goal to just yeah, it was crazy. You can't put into words what it's like when you see it crashing into the bottom corner. You don't remember the player celebrating because you're on the floor or someone's climbing on top of you.
Yeah. Obviously Villa come back into the game. They make a lot of subs, but then Nketiah, credit to him, does a great job of winning the ball, plays ball to Sarsgaard, gets his third, and it's over at 3-0. And again, the excitement in the home end is great. Couple of things before we get. I'm gonna put another thing up. Credit to you guys as the fans. I thought the cheering was ridiculous. I only dropped a little bit after Saar's penalty miss. I mean, sorry, Mateta's penalty miss, obviously, and that would happen. Honestly, I was at the Villa home game, and those fans are loud. I didn't hear them yesterday at all. I was shocked at how Palace took it over. The tifo was brilliant. I thought that was also fantastic. I just want to put up one more graphic before we get into the individual. I want to get into the. I'm sorry. I want to get into the. I want to just show you the graphic on the stats for the game. So I'm sorry. Just.
I also mentioned when we was doing all the previews and stuff about Villa squad. It has depth, but sometimes it's a detriment. Did you see? It was like, oh, we're just going to throw in these players. We didn't make a sub to the 76th minute because all our players knew exactly what to do, where to be. That was us. Whereas Emre was all over the place.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I'm having a problem sharing the screen, so I'll do it later on. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I thought that the options that he had, and by the way, so I want to do something different today. We're actually going to start with. I want to start with Glasner. 10 out of 10. Wow, is all I can say. Then again, we talked about the lineup, so again, we discussed that, but the tactics. I thought that Arsenal was like a precursor. Like, let me just kind of test something out. And the way that he used the Arsenal match to gain confidence, but also set together a game plan where we were going to press certain times, and also the usage of Wharton and Kamada, because both of them have excellent ability to drop into the back 3 or 5 to pick up the ball. They are very good at getting the ball forward. I think I saw a stat on Match of the Day. I think Wharton's like third in the league, right? Progressive passing, which is mad. Watch Kamada closely. He's very good at progressive passer. Very, very good at progressive passing.
his defensive work was ridiculous yesterday.
His defense work again. I mentioned that during either the preview or one of them. How good he is, that he understands what the pressing triggers are from Glasgow from playing under him for so long.
He's also got footballing brain as well, so that helps.
He really did. I love the way we packed it in, pressed at the right time. We're defensively solid. We created six or seven excellent countering opportunities. Obviously, a lot of goals. Remember when we talked about the style of play that we use and how we're sitting back. We did it against Leicester, West Ham, Fulham. Remember those games? The people were like, what are we doing? Why are we sitting back? That's a Glasgow tactic. I want to see what you're gonna do. I want to check it out for 15, 10 minutes, and then I'm going to implement my game plan. It was brilliant yesterday. What are your thoughts? Again, both game of 10. What are your thoughts on Glasgow? And also the post-match speech.
Oh my
brilliant.
God.
Oh my God. I mean, honestly, just brilliant. But anyway, your thoughts on Glasgow?
It's what I've been saying. We've been saying on every single show this season, every single player ratings preview. This man, he's a genius. He understands football on a deep level. I think he's a top man manager. The ridiculous shouts of we should rotate the whole team, and he showed you exactly how to prepare for a FA Cup semi-final. I thought the targeting Tielemans twice, 2 goals. How Tielemans likes to receive the ball, and Tielemans is a great passer, but he's not quick. He's not quick, and twice, and Ketia took it off him, and Wharton took it off him. That led to, was it 2 goals?
Yep.
And that was a great tactic. And Chris Richards said on his I think it was ESPN his post on post match saying that the tactic was to nick the ball off Villa players and look in those transitions to pick our moments when we were going to get the ball. So yeah, he was unbelievable. But this is what Glasnow's done all season. He's had to take a team that was broken apart last season and rebuild it even better. It's a joke. He's ridiculous, and he won't be here for a long time. He won't, because just enjoy every single moment of it.
Yeah, you know what? I want to just go back to your point about nicking the ball. You're right. Kamada did that all day. Wharton did it for the goal.
Someone just calling me. Hold on, 2 seconds.
Yeah, so the nicking of the ball, Wharton did it obviously, and Ketia did it for the goal. Kamada and Wharton have a knack for nicking the ball off players without fouling. Mm-hmm. I thought that was brilliant yesterday. So you're right. I mean, fantastic. I put the stats up again. Look at that: 30% possession for Palace versus 70% for Villa. Villa did nothing with that. They had 16 shots. We had 9, but we had 4 on target. We always scored 3 goals. Could have scored at least 6. They had 12 corners to our 1.
I thought there was see we're not just good at attacking set pieces, because when they was getting corners, I wasn't worried.
Torres had 1 that was wide. I think Conte had 1, but you're right. As a general threat, 12 and not getting a really good chance is a bit ridiculous. So yeah, I mean, the game plan by Glasgow yesterday was fantastic. I can't say enough of how great it was yesterday. And again, the speech just honestly, it gave me goosebumps watching it yesterday. Let's go to goalkeeper Dean Henderson. Both game of 10. Real quick before, just so that you guys know, there's a massive semi-final tax on lose ratings. I'll explain mine as we go along, but I did not tax it as high, but there's a tax on mine too. But go ahead, you go first on Henderson.
Well, as much as you might get a bit of flack for calling Henderson out, what you did say was that if we were going to win this cup, Henderson had to put in a big performance. And when we needed him yesterday, he was there. Some brilliant saves, commanding in the box. Yeah, but it's 10 out of 10, man.
Yeah, people are funny. People only hear what they want to hear. So I'll say what I said. You just said it. I just want him to come up bigger. I don't think I've ever said anything really bad about Henderson. I was happy when we got him. I think he's a good goalkeeper. I don't think he's good as Pickford, but I think he could definitely England's number 2 or 3. But yesterday he was fantastic because he made 4 massive saves. The one on Konsa on the header from Dini's corner, the one on Cash from across from McGinn, the one on Dini's shot after the corner, and the one on Bailey. Those are 4 massive saves. He only had to make 4 saves. but they were massive. And without him, we don't win that game because if they get the momentum back at any point on any of those goals go in, it's a different game. It's just
Mm-hmm.
going to be. So credit to him. He was 12 out of 28 on passing, 17 out of 23 on long balls, which is actually very good. Sorry, 7 out of 23 on long balls, not 17. But he was fantastic. And again, for us to win this cup, he's going to have to come up big. And yesterday, he was fantastic. So full credit to Henderson. Again, I'm honest on all of these ratings. If he does poorly, I'll call him out. But yesterday, 10 out of 10 for him because that clean sheet was massive. Next, Danny Munoz. Both gave him a 10. I'll go first. It was really good yesterday. Both, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, God, the engine on that guy up and down the pitch. It was mostly against Matty Cash, and he shut Matty Cash down.
Again,
Obviously,
he's
like I
against Luca Dean. Huh?
sorry, Luca Dean on the left side. My fault. Yeah, my fault. Yeah, and McGinn. Obviously, McGinn was playing on the left, right. McGinn and uh and Dina. You're right. Shut him down really well. Because Dina really wasn't involved in the game. 16 out 22 passing, 2 out 2 long balls, 3 clearances, 3 recoveries. Work rate was ridiculous. His pressing was absolutely fantastic. Again, I mentioned before on the Saw cross to Ebbs, he makes a great overlapping run that takes a defender. Kind of, I think it might have been Torres. It could have been Dina. One of them kind of looks over their shoulder, has to go with him, and then he's out of the play. At the end of the match, it's 90 plus 6. He makes a long busting run into the box, which is mad. At the final whistle and trying to get the ball in to get Saad his hat trick. I thought Munoz was brilliant yesterday. Your thoughts on Munoz?
Yeah, he was unbelievable. The engine on him is an absolute joke. It's an absolute joke, and he definitely thrives when we're in that solid, compact back five transitioning. And yeah, he was just a menace. I bet you did. Luca Dean and McGinn were probably thinking this. How's this? How's this? It was a 96 minute, and he's still
Yeah,
running
didn't
for.
stop. Yeah,
It's and this is what I mean about how courageous the performance was, and I spoke about it in the preview when I said about it's the team that's gonna who's gonna run more, who's gonna sprint more, who
yeah.
and he was everything about how much more we wanted it yesterday than they did.
I'm gonna pop it back up again. Sorry, I just want to add he had the most crosses in the game, and a couple of them were very dangerous too. So honestly, massive by Munoz. Let's get to Ty Mitchell. I gave him a 9. You gave him a 10. I spent my 9 after you, but you want to go first on Ty Mitchell.
He gets a 10 for me. Everyone's getting a 10 for me, by the way. So spoiler alert.
Yeah, I was gonna say exactly. Yeah.
I thought it was unbelievable. He didn't let the miss consume him. It was just brave for him getting into that position. I thought he was great defensively. Yeah, just brilliant, brilliant. Ty. If one person deserves it, it's him because how much he's put into this team.
I agree. Slightly joking here. He only gets a 9 because of the miss they had in the box. But honestly, it was a 10 out of 10 performance. Against Morgan Rogers, he was fantastic. Rogers is a England international, great player, and I thought that yellow card that he took in the first half when Rogers ran at him was important because it kind of showed Rogers, you're not going to run at me, and if you are, I'm gonna run you down. I thought that was a really important yellow card to take, and it didn't really affect him. He was subbed off, but it didn't affect him for the rest of the match. Um, he played the ball to Wharton that led to the Eze penalty, and he was so high attacking the entire game. Um, so I really thought that he played a really good game. Came off with a cramp on 84 minutes, but I think Ty had a wonderful game yesterday. Let's move on to Mark Gahey. Both gave him a 10. I'll go first. A true captain's performance. I'll pop it up actually the stats. Um, He had 28 out of 32 passing. I thought he was fantastic playing on that left side, helping out Mitchell with Rogers and with Asensio. I mentioned before I thought Asensio I don't think he is a very good player. But yesterday he was non-existent except for maybe a couple of set pieces. I thought versus him one-on-one, Gahey was brilliant. He was, again, 20 out of 32 passing, 43 touches, 3 out of 5 long balls, 2 out of 3 ground duels won, 6 clearances, 4 recoveries, an absolute total captain performance by Gahey yesterday. Brilliant. Your thoughts on Gahey?
It's funny because he had a quieter day, I think, today, and I think that's genuinely because no one troubled him. He didn't look flustered once, and again, leading by example. And listen, if there's anyone, I know he's leaving. I just yeah, you all know if you're watching what I want. Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah, yeah. Next, Maxence Lacroix, both game of 10. You go first on Lacroix, who I thought was brilliant yesterday.
Do you know
Brilliant
what?
against Watkins.
I think he was the best in the back three yesterday. He was he was a monster at the back. I can't even. I don't know where that. I can't even say I don't know where that performance came from because that's what he's been doing majority of the year. But it's like his best of the best came for yesterday. He didn't give Watkins a sniff. Watkins didn't have a sniff all game. He ran every single channel that Watkins ran in. He blocked every single cross that came in the box. He headed everything out. Oh my god! And then the scenes at the end as well. He's just This squad is probably one of the most likable teams we've ever had.
Yeah, I'm glad he's back to his best because I mentioned that he looked so poor against City and Newcastle. Looked a little better against Bournemouth. He was clearing the ball kind of strangely, but against Arsenal he played really well. But against Villa, he was great. Watkins, man, shut him down. Whenever Watkins tried to run at him one on one, he just dealt with him. What I liked about him was no nonsense. A couple of times he just kicked the ball into touch, didn't even bother. Like, I'm not going to try and pass it out. I'll kick it out and regroup. I remember he made a tackle and he starts going at the crowd. It might have been right before halftime, like cheering at the crowd. It was right before halftime. He made a block. He put off Torres on one of the headers that he had in the 35th minute. 10 clearances, 4 interceptions, 82% passing, 4 out of 6 long balls. He was brilliant yesterday. I mean, honestly, I think you're right. Out of the back three, because I think he had the hardest job with Watkins, and I think he did the best. Because So next, Chris Richards. Gave him a 9. He gave him a 10. I'll go first quickly. I'm gonna give him a 9 because of the yellow card, but honestly, it's a 10 out of 10.
What?
I mean,
When did he? What did he get a yellow card for?
Trying to 65th minute. So I'm trying to look. If I look at the might have been a tackle on I think it might have been Kamar running at him. I can't remember it. Let me look at the details here real quick if I can find it. 65th minute. But bad. It just says bad foul. So I don't know what it was for. But I'm obviously just joking. Brilliant performance by Richards. Versus, I'm gonna get it right. Was he against? It was McGinn, right? He was against really mostly against McGinn.
Yeah, McGinn.
Yeah, McGinn, who I thought did a great
McGuinness,
job in the last game against us, did nothing. Chris had 6 clearances. He had a great header against the Sensiel free kick. Just set the tone with his heading. He created opportunity. The Mateta chance was actually the long ball from Richards played it to him. That was the foul, the one that the concept play. He was pressing on McGinn all match, going into midfield to stop him. I thought, I don't even know. I mean, honestly, one of the best performances he's ever had. And again, I'll say it again. When we lost Chalobah, our fan base lost their minds with fear, and I get it because they hadn't seen Richards play for a whole season. Again, my only fear was that injuries, but the Chalobah, Lacroix, Gahey threesome has been fantastic. But your thoughts on Chris Richards yesterday?
Again, monstrous performance, ridiculous. It was very very similar to the Fulham one. He just defended for his life and he headed everything, and he just played with how you want your defenders to play, just with just throwing his body in front of everything. I thought it was brilliant. I love Chris, and see the HF got another donation for the next TIFO, and he's the first player donating £500 towards it.
Yeah. Listen, he's a great kid. I've known about him for a long time, obviously. I'm so glad that he's always brought into the ethos of obviously Palace, but I'm really glad to see him like with the whole HF stuff and everything with the fan after the games, and he's brilliant. He's a massive part of that change room too. So
he just had a son as well, so he's probably he's in a good moment in his life at the moment.
I didn't even know that part, so that's interesting. Adam Wharton, 10 for me, 10 from you. He's the oracle. You go first.
Listen, what didn't I say? I said he's saving himself. He's saving himself. He's saving himself. He was just getting it right. He was playing his way into form. He has been, I would say, slightly rusty in the sense of his passing hasn't, just because his standard has been so high
So
that when
high.
he
Yeah,
doesn't,
yeah, yeah.
when it's not at that level, it can look worse than it is just because he's normally so good. But yesterday, that was the most complete performance, midfield performance. Um, they always bang on about the Tillemans and the Kamaras. Wharton and Kamara took them to school, schooled them yesterday.
Yeah, amazing performance by him. I've been saying that the glue is Wharton. You can put anywhere next to him. Kamada, Decore when he's fit, Hughes or Lerma, but Kamada's bringing out the really best of him. You're right. The nicking of the ball is amazing. That knack that he has. He played the ball to sort of key moments for me for him. Plays the ball to Eze for the penalty. He wins the ball and makes a pass to Mateta. That makes a pass to Sarr for the second goal. 2 clearances, 4 recoveries. Again, had the most tackles in the game, 5 midfield, 3 passes into the final third, 5 out of 7 ground duels won, 2 out of 5 tackles won. He was impervious. And again, highly rate Tielemans and Boubacar Kamara. But yesterday, both Wharton and Kamara was so good. Their pressing triggers were brilliant. They knew exactly what they were doing. We squeezed them. We forced them to play more narrow. They couldn't play the ball wide. They tried to get the ball out wide. They couldn't. They tried to go down the middle. It the game plan by Glasner, executed by Wharton and Kamara, was brilliant. Let's go to Kamara next. Both gave him, well, again, 9 from me, 10 from you. Again, the 9 because of the yellow card. I'm half joking, obviously. 10 out of 10 for everybody. But your thoughts on Kamara, who I thought was fantastic yesterday.
This is the one for all the fans that didn't get on his back, all the ones that believed it takes time to adjust, all the fans that believe that if Glasner's putting him on, if Glasner believes in this player, then there's a player in there. No doubt there has been times this season where the performances haven't been great, haven't been up to scratch. He's made mistakes. But if you know football, you understand that there's a very good player there. And yesterday, I thought Arsenal set the tone. He was the best player on the pitch against Arsenal.
Yep. Massive. That was massive. Yep.
And yesterday, he didn't. He was great on the ball, but his off the ball work yesterday was ridiculous. He put his body on the line, his feet. What about when he jinked and then he played the ball into Sarr for the sitter, the header? Brilliant. He was a joy to watch yesterday. And yeah, what a player, man. And by the way, we got him on a free transfer.
No, but we got paid him a lot of money. Remember, people are moaning that he gets too much.
Yeah.
He's getting paid too much. Exactly. So
Yeah.
I mean, unbelievable yesterday. The stats real quick: 3 dribbles completed, the most in the match. Again, 49 touches, most in the match for Palace. 27 out of 30 passes, 90%, 49 touches, 3 out of 4 successful dribbles, 4 passes into the final third. 2 chances created. You mentioned that the one for Sarr. I wrote down he would drop in the left wing back position to spot when Mitchell was high up the pitch to collect the ball, dropped into the back 3, nicks the ball off of players, just understands how to play with Wharton. Both of them look to make progressive passes all the time. His vision is excellent. His work rate is excellent. Not making silly fouls. I thought yesterday, he did get the yellow card. That's why, I mean, honestly, but that was late in the game. But I just thought he was so good. Again, credit to Glasner for sticking with him. Credit to the fans who stuck with him, because yesterday, again, you're right. Arsenal was the building block, but yesterday just showed he is a fantastic player, and this is why Glasner plays him. So,
In
and
the
once again,
biggest game of the season, when everything was riding on the whole season, that he was the one. After Hughes, who people say has been our player of the season, for Lerma, who's been the most consistent, he dropped both of them for Kamada.
Yeah, Kamada. Yeah,
that shows what Glasner's about, and it shows what Kamada's about.
Yeah, agree. Next, Mr. Moments, Ebreche Eze. 10 from both of us. Listen, man. I'll focus on the goal because the goal is absolutely fantastic. What a strike. What a
The
reaction. I love the way he
technique.
just stopped there. The technique on that, and people say, "Oh, Martinez could have had it." The spin on that shot, you don't
Mm,
understand. It's 21, 22 yards out. It's perfect technique. When he hits the ball, he hits the ball. He is one of the
yeah.
best strikers. That's what you can see. That's why he played for England. I mean, I wish he could play more for England. You could see more of that. But what a goal! He won the penalty, obviously, from the Wharton pass. He was shadowed and targeted all game by Villa. Cash early was on him. He's looking to find that space, but 83% passing. The goal on the two shots, 41 touches, two clearances, three recoveries, 4 out 8 ground duels won. Just a great performance. That goal was so massive. I mean, it maybe came right after the time that Mateta's goal was called back, and you're like, we're gonna get this goal before halftime. You got to be careful on the counter attack. Putting away a chance. Is Villa gonna get something out of Watkins? But no, when we needed a goal in the biggest moment in the biggest match so
Mhm.
far this season, Ebbs was there. But you go on. What do you feel about Ebbs?
I just love the kid. I can't believe he's been there 5 years now. Um, yeah, he's just given us some great moments. The Fulham one alone was brilliant to send us to Wembley. I think we said at the start, like yeah, I want him to have his him etched into our history. So one more moment, Ebbs, just one more.
Yeah, one more. Um,
My man
Spain
had a
saw
match too.
both game at 10. I was gonna say you didn't tell me, but I
Yeah,
assumed it
yeah,
had to be
yeah.
him because I know. By
Yeah.
the way, I think Sky gave it to Ebbs a little early, and even Ebbs
No,
said, I'm gonna give it to
Shearer gave it to
Shearer."
Ebbs.
And then he said, "I'm gonna give it to Saul." It might have gone a little early because obviously Saul got the second goal, 2 goals and assist. But why don't you go first on Saul, who was fantastic?
2 goals and assists. Plus, he set up the Mitchell goal. He was unplayable yesterday. £12.5 million. £12.5 million. Um, I know Dougie's left, but boy, he gave us some parting gifts in Wharton, Sarr, and a few others. Um, he was just unplayable yesterday. He was unplayable. I said in the preview that the Villa fans probably didn't want Pau Torres versus Sarr.
Yeah,
I personally think they should have started Mings. I think
I
Mings would have
agree.
been up for the battle
Up for
way
the
more.
battle. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Um, yeah, I thought it was a mismatch, and he was just off the ball, on the ball. His finishing, the finish for his first goal was ridiculous. He's put it right in the corner. Um, yeah, so brilliant, brilliant, and there's been players who have played with him before who have said when this guy feels loved and appreciated and happy, he can be world class, and it's clear
That's
when
some
you've got a
Glasner.
manager like
That's some
Glasner, just
Glasner.
like
Yeah,
yeah, that's Glasner's management, and
yeah.
obviously, is he French speaking? He's Senegalese. Is he
He
French
is
speaking?
definitely. He 100% is. 100%
He
is. Yep.
probably
Yeah.
yeah. So I think where he's got French speaking people,
Yep.
there's
You
other
got.
other
Yep.
Muslims. Like
Yep.
he's in a multicultural club. He just
Yep.
feels at home. I think that's what it is. And listen, he was already a cult hero from the
Brighton.
Brighton
Yep.
brace. Now he's got a brace
Next.
at Wembley. It's
Next
this we're
level.
talking Ian Wright territory here.
No, you're right. Listen, um, I made fun of the fact that obviously Ducky's chased him down for a long time, and he's not the Elisa replacement. But wow, wow, what a job he's done this season. Love what Glasner said in the post match that he just had twins, which was people didn't know about
Oh,
that,
did
which is
he? No,
credit to
no, no.
twins like a week ago. No one, so he
Wow.
just had twins, which is amazing. Yeah. Um, Press Torres to win the ball to assist for Eze. I mentioned that before. The goal you just mentioned, the second goal outside the box. What a shot against a world class goalkeeper to beat him that early. The great third from the Aketia pass. Again, he
How's he
set up the
even got?
chance for Mitchell. Go ahead.
How's he even got the pace in the 94th minute? Because
I don't
Nketiah
know.
didn't
To
put it.
run it
He
right.
and Konza had
Just
like a
bong.
3-4 year head start. He was gone. He was
Gone.
gone.
Exactly. Yeah. Wasn't dispossessed the entire game. I want to get just a performance of the for the ages. I mean, honestly,
Mhm.
what a player we have. Again, I don't even know. I'm lost for words. He was so good in
Yeah,
the biggest game of the season for us. He was absolutely fantastic for
yeah.
us. And
You
again,
you and it's credit to Glasner again because you look at the profile of Elise and the style of play. He's completely
not
opposite.
close. Exactly,
He's
not close.
completely opposite, and he's filled the gap with Ismail Assar. Like
Yep.
the gap has been filled. I
Let's
think
be honest. Yeah, I mean,
even in terms of output, I think now he's probably got more goals and assists, or it's around the same.
yeah, I've got here. I think he has a total of 11 goals now, and or I think he's got 8 assists now. So it's like nine. Yeah, it's almost a 20 GNA.
Did you see the
Okay.
BBC graphic?
No, I
Sar,
didn't see it.
Ebbs, and Mateta 58 goals and assists together this season.
What a threesome!
Yeah.
Wow, that's I think I mean I saw you might put in a group chat, but I didn't actually see the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, let's go to JP. Gave him a 9, you gave him a 10. 9 missed penalty. I'm joking, of course. Deserved a 10, but you go first on JP.
Bit worried about our penalty situation, by the way.
I'm petrified.
I don't really like his run up either. I don't like his run up too much.
But I will say this before you go ahead. I think Martina gets in your head. He just does.
Yeah.
I think he does it to everybody. So I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I know JP normally is pretty good. Again, obviously the West Ham one kind of got underneath the keeper, but most part he's pretty good. With Liverpool, I mean, I can go back in the past, but I will say again, Martinez is a mind game player, and he got into his head for sure. But go ahead, you go first.
He absolutely bullied their centre halves. That he's just a monster. Even that bit of play where he shrugs them off.
7 duels won. Look at that. 7 duels won in the match, man.
And then the pace and the skill on the touchline where he delivers it into Sarr in the first half. It's just unbelievable.
Oh my God, what a run.
Yeah. And the thing is, he's not that quick in the first 2-3 yards, but when it gets to 10-15 and he starts going, he's got really good running technique, by the way. If you watch him sprint, he actually sprints like a sprinter.
He does.
I think that's something he's worked on as well himself, because he never used to run like that. He remember, he always looked a bit gangly when he was younger.
Yeah.
So I think he's definitely, and you've seen him when he was off season. I think he invests quite a lot into his.
He went to Brazil too to train.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean. I think he's definitely invested in himself in to improve outside of the club. The mentality, when he missed, he didn't look phased to me. He didn't look phased, and he ended up getting the assist for Sarr.
Right.
I was listening to something on the way home, something about how they were saying how sweaty he was by the end of the game, but I hadn't seen it. Then I watched it back. He was drenched.
Yeah, took the shirt off.
He was literally drenched. Yeah, and then the scenes of him dancing in the change room after as well. He's the life and soul of that team.
Yeah, you nailed it. So I won't go into anything else, but I will add one thing: the tackle on Ross Barkley.
Oh yeah.
My, come on, man. That's a striker making a massive tackle in the box.
This is what I meant about.
Rate. Yeah.
This is what I meant about how much do you want it? That's what it is.
Yeah. Again, link-up play was brilliant. It was a focal point. He won the duels. Again, I said before, I said I fancy that matchup against Konsa because I like him. He's battled Konsa quite a few times and basically owned him. I thought JP was fantastic yesterday. But again, for me, the epitome of that was, you're right, how his head didn't drop after the penalty miss and how he's back defending and not heading the ball away. A slide tackle, perfectly executed in the box. If he misses that, it's a penalty. Brilliant. Yeah. I mean, listen, everyone knows I'm a big JP fan. Brilliant. Go to the subs real quick. You gave more 10s, but I gave Nketiah 8.5 because I thought that the work rate for the assist for the goal, and you just mentioned the Sarr goal, was brilliant. I thought he did a really good job coming on. If you want to add on Nketiah?
No, like I've said previously, he's a very, very good backup striker to one of the most informed strikers in Europe. So I'm happy.
Exactly.
He looks happy as well.
He does, doesn't he? He does.
Yeah, he
After
does.
the game, I watched him. Yeah, he looks. Yeah,
he does look happy because again, Glasner's man management. He understands. He gets it. He gets us a squad game, and he's a part of. At Arsenal, he was an Arsenal graduate, but I don't think he ever felt a part of Arsenal. I think he's a part of us, and he helped send us to Wembley in the first place. And now he got the contribution, didn't he? He got the assist. He got to. He played in the FA Cup semi-final. So there we go.
Right. And he won the cup final. He won the cup with Arsenal, didn't he?
He won, yeah.
He was on that team, yeah. So yeah. Ben Chilwell came on for Ty, 8 from me, 10 from you. But again, I thought he just came on.
There wasn't much to do. He didn't really have much to do.
Nah. I think he had like 3 touches. That's why I'm not going to get into details. Hughes again, 8 from me, 10 from you again. Came on, kept clean sheet. Anything you want to add on Hughes? Nothing,
No,
right?
no, no.
Really?
Him and Lerma, you can just say like, listen, they. I bet they didn't even feel a way about being on that bench. They know that's the
Yep.
thing. There's
Yeah.
no one. You see how the difference in our team and Watkins was saying how he's fuming at Emery and how he was knocking on his door.
You're not
That's the
hearing that from
difference.
many of our
That's the
players.
different.
Yeah.
That's the difference between having a big squad with big players on big wages and bringing in big loan players and doing this and that. That's what happens. Whereas us, everyone knows their role. Everyone, no one's bigger than the team. And yesterday, you could have, if you was Hughes or Kamada, you could have been like, well, Hughes is like Kamada playing ahead of me. I've been one of the best players all season. Lerma,
Yeah.
no matter where you ask me to play, I play. Why aren't I playing?
Yep.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Brilliant.
Yeah. Listen, fantastic performance. I am very jealous of both D and Louis and everybody was there, but I didn't want to jinx it. But I have already booked my flight. I'll be there for the cup final. Looking forward to it. Hopefully, with my son, hooking up with D and Louis. I'll be doing a vlog, etc. But listen, man, if you haven't a chance to watch the game back, if you were there, watch it back. You will enjoy it a million times more. It's a fantastic experience. Go ahead.
BBC iPlayer. Just watch the
Yeah,
whole
there you go.
coverage. Just sit back and watch it from I think it's like 145 minutes or something. That's as soon as I got home, I put it straight on.
It's worth it. Well, that's it for me and Lou. We're on the way to another cup final. Can't believe it. I'm so happy. Please, Palace, get it done. But again, we're looking forward to more content for the Forest game and the rest of the match, the rest of the season. But until next time, up the Palace.